Howdy y'all, Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to this side of my garden. Today I am continuing on with planting my fall and winter garden. I am starting some kale seeds today, and the three types of kale that I'm going to be starting is Rainbow Lacinato kale, Russian red, and or ragged jack. They are kind of interchangeable names for the same type of kale. And then a new to me variety called Frisé Rouge kale from Johnny's Select Seeds. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the characteristics of each of these kale types. So for the Rainbow Lacinato, which again is this one here, this is a deep green crinkled leaf variety with a bright purple stem. Some plants are more ruffled than others and some are more green than others. This is a cross between Lacinato kale, which if you remember from the last kale seed starting video, that one is the one that looks kind of like a palm tree. It's also known as dinosaur kale. And then red boar kale, which is not a variety that I've grown before, so I don't know much about it. It does turn the leaves and stems and veins and everything, about 40% of the plant will turn a deep purple during the winter if it is planted outdoors, which this one will be. It grows to be 18 to 36 inches tall. It takes 65 days to come to maturity, and those days to maturity are calculated based upon the date of transplant to whenever you harvest the full-size plant. It is very cold hardy, and of course the flavor is sweeter when the temperatures are cold. And this particular variety is great for steaming and sauteing, so if you wanted to add it to soups and stews, that would be a great use for it too. This zinnia is in my way, so I'm gonna try to, there we go. Okay, now this Russian red / ragged jack variety of kale, as you can see, it's more purple than it is red. This one was brought to North America, actually Canada, from Russia in around 1885. It takes 50 to 60 days to reach maturity. It is extremely cold tolerant, up to -10 degrees Fahrenheit, before you need to worry about any sort of frost protection. Now, here in North Texas, the coldest weather that I can remember in my 41 years happened in 2021 when it got down to about -5 degrees. So this would have been just fine outside during that winter blast that we had at that point. This has flat but frilly leaves with purple veins, as you can see from the photo here. It is 18 to 36 inches tall with a mild sweet flavor. It is more tender than some of the other kale varieties, so it is ideal for fresh eating, steaming, stir fries, baking, soups, and freezing. So out of all of the kale varieties that I'm growing this year, this one is going to be one of the most versatile with the most number of culinary uses. And this last one, Frisé Rouge, which is the new to me this year variety. This is dark semi-glossy leaves with dark purple stems and veins. These plants reach 24 to 36 inches tall. The leaves are relatively large. This one grows a little bit faster with 55 days to maturity. It is an open pollinated variety, but not yet an heirloom. So basically what that means is it is a stabilized hybrid. It is cold tolerant, and obviously just like all of the other kales, it is going to be sweeter whenever the temperatures are much colder. So let's go ahead and get started planting this kale out. Okay, I am still using my Vigo Garden seed starting trays. I have this 8-cell here for the Rainbow Lacinato and the Russian red, and then I have this 4-cell. Obviously you can see these cells are much larger for the Frisé Rouge. Even though the plant doesn't get a whole lot bigger, if I'm a little late in transplanting, these guys will have a little bit more room for their root growth and plant growth than these guys, so hopefully that keeps me motivated to get these 8 plants in the ground quickly. Let's see. All right, seed depth on these is going to be 1/4 inch. I am going to go ahead and assume that all of the seeds are relatively the same size, so I will make all of the divots for the planting the same size as well, 1/4 inch. And I just like to use my pinky or my index finger to do that. And I just kind of poke the soil just a little bit. I'm doing 4 of each variety. So the way that I'm keeping track, since I have these painter's tape labels, is I'm just making the divot on the same side of the label for the seed that's going to be planted. And these seeds are from 2022, so they should still be pretty good, but I have like 1 million seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and plant 2 per cell. If I have excellent germination, then I will decide what to do at that point. I have family members who also garden, so I can share, or I can just sort of thin out the extras, kind of the smaller, slower to sprout ones, and keep the healthy ones. Flip that around, make my divots. And this is the Russian Red / Ragged Jack. And you can see the seeds look essentially like mustard seeds. Mustard and kale are in the same brassica family, so their seeds always look very similar. You might have varying degrees of brown, kind of a burnt umber color and or black, but overall same size and shape. And just as a fun little extra bit of info, I like to reseal my seed packages with washi tape. That's sort of like a reusable type tape, and that just keeps all my seeds from spilling all across my office and getting mixed up and making a big mess. It keeps everything nice and contained. That way I can pretend that I like to stay organized. I do like to stay organized, but I'm not so great at actually doing it. All right, so the last variety is the Frisé Rouge. And these are brand new. I still sowed 2 seeds per cell, just because I'm not entirely sure. It says the germination rate is 84%. So by sowing 2 seeds per cell, that pretty much guarantees I'm gonna get 4 plants. All right, pop these domes on, and then I will take them inside and put them underneath the grow light. I no longer have the heat mat going for any of my plants. My office is pretty much the optimum temperature for germinating brassicas, so I'm just going to get these put underneath the grow lights, keep the soil moist, and we should see germination here in a few days. All right, but that is it for this seed starting video. I know I've had a ton of seed starting content lately. If you do like those type of videos and you want to see more, please like and subscribe and do all those different YouTube-y things. It is greatly helping my channel. I will have more seed starting content over the next few weeks. I will also have direct sowing content over the next few weeks, as well as a ton of transplant content coming out, because as I start all this stuff, it also has to be moved out into this garden. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. That's all I have for you. Until next time, go find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye.